Here's a really fun one. I call this the man-ho frame. If a woman is bragging to you about all of the celebrities she knows, or how successful she is, or her family is, or how much money she's worth, say to her, that's really good that you have a lot of money because I only date rich girls, and I need an allowance of $20,000 a month minimum. Now this seems like one of those cutesy lines where the woman giggles, but there's a lot of deep psychology going on here. If you just randomly say this to a woman, she might think it's cute. It might even build some sexual tension. But that's all it's going to do. But if you want to suck a woman into the man-ho sexual frame, timing is everything. Only use this line when she's qualifying herself to you. She's trying to impress you by how rich or successful or how many famous people she knows. When you do this, it's going to set the meta frame that you're the prize she's trying to win over. And the man-ho sexual frame is going to put into action several compliance triggers. The first is apposition of opposites. Usually when a woman brags to a man about how successful she is, or how many famous people she knows, or about how much money she has, the man feels insecure and feels a need from within inside to qualify himself to the woman. But you're not doing that. Instead, what you're doing in a fun kind of lighthearted way is you're calling her on the fact that she's trying to brag to you. And this can be very disorienting for a woman because she's used to men bragging or qualifying to her. And because of that, her conscious mind oftentimes can't process this. She feels a bit helpless and becomes more compliant. Also, the heart of this sexual frame is that she's qualifying to you. And whenever you frame something as another person qualifying to you, usually it puts into play the compliance trigger, qualifying. They feel a need to qualify even harder. Another compliance trigger in play here is commitment and consistency. Once you get her to play along with your game that you're a man-ho and she needs to support you, she'll usually go along with this. And once she buys into that, at least unconsciously, has bought into the self-image of someone who likes you, someone who's willing to pay $20,000 a month for you. And this is going to make it very easy to get sexual with her. Also, this sexual frame builds arousal inside of the woman's body. It triggers 3 primitive emotions. By calling her on her bragging, you brought to light her emotional need for your validation. And this is ultimately going to make her have the emotion of wanting your validation that much more. Now, the fact that you've busted her on qualifying or bragging to you is going to make her feel slightly frustrated and helpless. And as you know, helplessness is one of the primitive emotions. And another primitive emotion that you're triggering here is discontent, because you're putting a kind of a fun, lighthearted obstacle between her and her goal trying to impress you. You've also brought to light her sexual need to feel worthy and attractive. She's going to become very conscious of that. And usually, the more she becomes conscious of it, the more she's going to seek your validation, the bigger the need gets. It also helps build the perceptual filter of comfort. You're making her chase you as opposed to you chasing her. You're also becoming an authority in her world in 2 ways. Most men try to brag to women, and women are used to calling men on this. But by you doing the opposite, by you doing what women normally do to men, you're demonstrating an understanding of her world. And also by bringing to light the fact that she wants your validation, she's going to see you as an authority. And as you know, when someone sees you as an authority, they feel comfortable going along with what you want them to do.